What is going on, CSBA? Got Georgetown, got Providence, Big East action coming your way. And tonight, there's a couple things happening here. You can't see them yet, but Georgetown is sporting some pretty awesome uniforms. And also, I have a very special guest in the booth with me tonight. He's a champion in the CSBA, Season 3, Clemson, Charlie Banks in the house, former teammate of mine at Syracuse. Oh, you see those big jerseys in the background there? It's going to be a hell of a night. Charlie, how are we doing tonight, brother?
What's happening? Glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, man. I'm glad you could do it. And on such short notice, my broadcast team left me high and dry. So I was like, hey, let me call my old buddy Charlie Banks, see if we can get him here. Watch these number 2, Georgetown Hoyas try to get upset by these unranked Providence Friars.
Yeah, I'm really digging the uniforms. I think that's a nice addition this season for cancer awareness. I saw Syracuse's pink lettering, which I thought was pretty neat and nice touch.
Yeah, we got big love for Syracuse tonight. Looking at these teams. I know you're not too familiar because you kind of stepped away from the CSBA for now, but both these teams are pretty evenly matched when it comes to starters. It's really going to come down to depth, and I'm really looking forward to calling this game with you, my man.
Yeah, I'm ready to see an upset. Let's go Friars, right?
All right. So, Friars are unranked here, and Hoyas are number 2. Friars trying to start out early, and they do. Big banger there, 3.
Yeah, that was a clutch shot to start the game.
Sure was. Hemlock now over to Leathers. He'll cross over, and he's got a lane. He's going to go flying high. Double clutch dunk to set this one off.
You'd think that'd be more noticeable with that flashy pink driving through the paint like that, but I guess not.
Yeah, help defense definitely didn't step up. Almost had a backdoor there for Providence. Didn't see it in time. And now Blurry will get the ball. So what I'm interested in hearing you talk about is point guard play. You're one of the best to ever do it, and that's what we're looking for. We want to see good point guard play, good facilitation, and in your case, one of the best scoring. Speaking of facilitation, right there, great play. One of the best scoring point guards to ever grace this league.
Yeah, it's all about distribution, right? If you've got a solid skill set, and the team's going to be focused on stopping you. All you really have to worry about then is finding the open man, because oftentimes, you're going to get doubled. They're bringing help, so just find the open guy, so just spot up and drain it. David
Farmer, buddy of mine, he's probably going to hit me up in the chat for saying his name wrong, but he tried to force a turnover there, but nonetheless, Georgetown gets it back as they intercept the inbound pass, now working in the post. Ooh, big elbow there. And they let it roll. Good play for the Hoyas.
Yeah, you got to eliminate mistakes like that if you're going to pull off an upset tonight. Friars got to play clean ball.
Bolt over to Sunsury now. Now back to Bolt. He spins, twists him, gets it out, puts it outside the three-point line there. Sunsury trying to work the elbow here against Farmer, and he'll get blocked. But, no basket. Shot clock violation, Georgetown there, as they couldn't get it up in time. Great defense by the Hoyas.
Providence has got to find a better shot selection than that. I feel like he was forcing that the whole time, forcing himself in the paint and then forcing the shot.
Farmer now over to Morley. He tries to work it down into the paint. We got to watch that offensive 3 seconds. He gets out of there in time. Farmer back up top. Looks for the Hemlock pick. Hemlock now in the high post. He'll fade away. No good. Friars playing some good defense so far. This game's knotted up 6-6. Ooh, alley-oop signing. It's going to be a layup, rather. And Providence takes a 2-point lead there, Charlie.
Yeah, distribution. That's it. Right there, distribution. Find the guy. Cut into the basket. Easy layup.
Leathers better watch how he's handling that ball. He goes up with it. No good. Another good defensive start for the Friars here.
Looks like Providence came to play tonight.
They sure did. They've been shocking a lot of people, and actually, based on just what I was looking at doing my pregame checks, they could be a candidate for an upset here tonight over the number 2 Hoyas. I know Coach Katie doesn't want to hear that from me. Usually we're friends, but I'm just calling it how I see it. This could be one of the better games of the week that we see. Blurry drives the elbow. He'll get over to Quirk. Quirk's in the corner. Now to Cameron. Cameron over to Blurry. Blurry steps behind Cameron. No good there. Georgetown ball going the other way.
Yeah, that would have been a huge shot if he could.
So I'll relay this message to you, Charlie. A lot of people, not just Wired, want to know when and if we're gonna see you with another player in the CSBA.
You
had to know that question was coming tonight. You had to know that.
Yeah, schedule's tough, man. I've got a lot of things going on. In real life, a lot of things happening. So, who knows? Maybe sooner than later. But I'd like to say I'll be able to come back. Have another player. We'll see what happens.
It's a nice dodging answer there. Like you've been preparing for that answer for months now.
I haven't put a lot of thought into it, to be honest with you. I got a lot of things going on. A lot of people have asked me, though. A lot of people reached out, hey, what's going on? You're going to be in the season or not. I definitely knew I was going to be taking a season off. This is the season I'm taking off. So, we'll see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen here in the next few months. So I'm keeping options open, right?
Absolutely. I wouldn't be doing my job as a CSBA press member, if you will, if I didn't ask that question. Speaking of Katie Murphy, she's in the game now. Goes up, doesn't get the and one opportunity. Foul on Brown. So, what do you think about this, Charlie? Coach Katie puts herself on the bench, comes off. Do you like that when a coach does that, or you would rather see, as a former coach yourself, you took over Clemson in season 4. Would you rather see yourself starting there, or do you think you'd be better coming off the bench?
I would say as a coach, you got to put talent where it's going to be best contribution to the team, right? Wherever the talent is and they can contribute the best to make the win, to get the win, that's where you got to put them, right? As a freshman, I came in with Clemson, and I started, and our coach at the time sat the bench. We won the championship. So sometimes if you make that sacrifice as a coach, it can pay dividends. And it did in that year. And you gotta as a coach, you understand your team's strengths and weaknesses like no one else, right? So you're gonna know whether it's gonna be best for you to come off the bench and run a bench squad, or you're gonna start your game and kind of set the team forward.
A very astute answer from one of the best in the game here. You listen to Charlie Banks. He's in the booth with us tonight. Special guest, commentator. He'll be with us all night. And he was nice enough to come and sit in the booth with me when I had no one else to fill this role, because the rest of you bums are doing school or whatever else have you.
A friend in need is a friend indeed, they say.
We'll take it one step further with a Toy Story reference, and you got a friend in me. So you could put that all on a rap song if we wanted to. Long Gong Ong hands off to Lowe. So this is kind of where I wanted to see if Providence could shine. Up and good on the shooting foul. Wow, Quackenbush going to the line with a 3-point opportunity. But back to what I was saying, this is where we're going to see if Providence can really hang with Georgetown and really assert themselves as possibly an upset contender here against the number 2 Hoyas, because if they don't have the depth, that's kind of where you get in trouble with all the minutes being even between. Well, they should be even. You know, sometimes players see extended minutes, and we're seeing an extended replay here. Sorry about that, guys. You know, you see extended minutes for some starters, but for the most part, everybody has the same amount of minutes.
Yeah, that's what's nice about the bench unit. You know, a lot of times people come in this league and they think, oh, you know, if I'm not a starter, I'm not anything. That's not true. You know, you've got just as much chance to contribute from the bench, sometimes more. I remember sometimes as a starter, I'm thinking, I'm starting the bench is playing the majority of the game. What's going on? You know what I mean? So you really have to be ready to step up, even if you're on the bench. And I wouldn't get down if you're a bench player. You know, you just got to make sure you're standing out no matter where your role is.
Sparrow with a quick spin move there in the post gets it to up and go, give Hoyas 2-point lead. And Long Gong Ong now with the ball. He'll get it over to Brown. Barnes wide open from the 3-point, bang, and Providence back up by 1.
Yeah, that was a great find. He was wide open. He could have set up a deer stand out there.
That's why I love you. Floppy play here, and Murphy goes up. Georgetown has 2 players with the last name Murphy. Katie Murphy, obviously coach, and then, forgive me, I don't know E. Murphy's first name, but just kind of briefly going over the roster here. Drake now to the far side of the court. He's going to give it to Barnes. Barnes for another 3. No good this time. Thought that one was going to go. Medici with a rebound. And up to Sparrow. Sparrow's going to pull up a little drip from the top of the key.
Yeah, don't look now. We got a dog fight here in the first quarter, huh?
Yeah, for sure. And it kind of feels like it's been a little bit of a longer first quarter compared to some of the games. Good block there by Georgetown. Look out now. Sparrow might pull up here again. Does. Same exact spot. No good this time. Providence with the rebound. Barnes coming up the court.
You got to hit that. He was wide open. I wonder if sometimes you get so wide open, you're so wide open, you're not anticipating it. That's what messes you up.
Oh, Long said, no, thank you. You're not throwing that down in this house. Oh, wait, no, well, he's away. Never mind. That didn't work out.
Yeah, they make themselves home even away.
Yeah, Barnes. I mean, it's not too far. I don't think Providence is that far from Georgetown. Probably more of a split crowd than we think here. Medici wide open. Not sure what Providence is thinking there.
Did he just put a layup up, or did he dunk that?
No, he went off the glass there.
Oh, he was being nice.
Ooh, Georgetown's starting to pick it up on defense here. This is where this Providence bench. Barnes has taken 3 3-pointers in 4 possessions. Now Drake has the ball. He's kind of a lengthy 4.
You got to ask yourself, I wonder if that was a part of the game plan, huh?
Yeah, maybe a little bit. Off-balance shot there for Drake. No good. Up to E. Murphy. Now down to Sparrow. Oh, good block.
Great defense.
Call that pretty much a chase down block. Georgetown going to get this ball back. 8 seconds to go. They might hold for the last shot here. Katie Murphy gets it over to Sparrow. Sparrow. Oh, my gosh, from the logo. Good if it goes. Oh, I thought it was going up and in. We'll leave it there. 21-18. No, 19. 21-19 is your score at the end of the first quarter. We'll be right back. You're watching CSBA on Twitch. All right, 18-21, start of the second quarter. Georgetown with a 3-point lead here. You wouldn't know it, but Providence is unranked, trying to knock off the Hoyas here, and we have Charlie Banks in the booth with us tonight. You know, step in, special guest commentator, and we appreciate him being here. as the Hoyas get this started. What are you looking to see from Providence coming into the second quarter?
Yeah, I think that they need to continue to capitalize on the ball movement they've had. They're really good at finding the open guy thus far, and I think they need to keep focusing on that as they found the open guy dish to the lane there. Wow.
Barnes been a big spot as we see some of the starters come back for both teams now. Barnes been a good spot for this Providence bench. He has at least 2 3-pointers and a 2, so I think he's looking at 8 points so far coming off the bench.
And to answer your question, I think you said that was going to be the biggest question. Providence heading to Georgetown, with 2 ranked squad in the land on the bench.
Medici with
Providence in the first quarter.
Little drip there from E. Murphy. Well, that's Eddie Murphy. What am I saying? I knew that.
You got people. They got that starting squad. It seems like a couple people already gassed.
Katie Murphy commits the quick foul there, which will bring all those starters back in. 3 per squad right now. And we'll see the other 2 coming in a minute, I'm sure. As you see, Drake has his Gatorade powers activated there. Gets it over to Quirk in the corner. They tried that inbound play earlier and got picked off by Georgetown. But it works for him this time. Brown now. Sunstery for the 3. No good. Farmer with the rebound. And Moore Lee going up. And no good. But foul on Sunstery. So Hoya's going to the line here.
Some of these points hurt the worst, right? When you get scored on and there's no time coming off the clock, it's just like, wow, some of the strong takes pay off big time throughout the course of the game.
Yeah, I would totally agree with that. And not only that, but these free throws matter for the margins later in the game, fourth quarter. A lot of these questions are answered by, missed free throws or made free throws as to what the deficit is at the end of the game.
Yeah, I don't know. I remember playing, I've always looked at how many free throws opportunities we had. And if we lost by 6 or 7, and we were 60% from the free throw line or something, it was just like, wow, all you had to do was hit your free throws. That was a win, Yeah,
I'm not sure what's going on, Wired. I'm not seeing any drop packs, so I don't know if it's... Let me know in the chat if all of you guys are experiencing lag. Oh, man. JT asking me, how I feel about the abundance of 2K shoes in the chat. It depends on how you're spending your credits or your packs here. In having different shoes used to give you speed boosts with our old system, but our new system, I don't think that's the case. As Farmer pulls up and he's good, so Georgetown out to a 9-point lead. Providence needs to step back in this, but if you're trying to level up your player, I don't really have a problem with it anymore. But I used to attribute 2K shoes to a lot of missed free throws because look good, feel good, play good.
Think fast, run fast, right?
Yeah, like Chad Powers.
Chad Powers, a little bit of Chad Powers action. That's what their motto is. Maybe if we ran 2K shoes, that's what their motto is. Think fast, run fast. And that's what they're making up for it.
Bolt now over to Blurry. Man, I am not seeing any errors or anything on OBS.
Yeah, they're like a long 2, right? They ain't supposed on the line.
Your former coach is in the chat if you want to say hi to her.
What's up, Ty? The woman. You're doing good.
Matty Caddy said that you should name your next player Chad Powers.
Chad Powers, think fast, run fast. Think fast, run fast.
If
I might have a mustache like that too, huh?
Yeah, I gotta know. I gotta ask a follow-up question here. If you were to create another player, Would you look to go to LSU? I know you love those Tigers.
Go Tigers, baby. I don't know. I don't know that I would go to LSU. I mean, I would. I would let the coaches do their thing, if you will. Because you got to think. My last graded player, much like your last graded player, you didn't get a chance to enjoy the recruiting, the courtship of it, if you will. We jumped in after the season had already started.
Yeah, that's true. And you know what? With the second creative player that I have, Hanzo Asashi, I really not only did I enjoy the recruiting part of it, but I also really enjoyed high school. High school was a whole nother game for me this time around, and it was awesome. Like, because you're getting a free season, right? Like our first players, we only had 4 seasons. I'm getting 5 with Hanzo if you include the high school season.
High school, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay. Did you win your high school championship?
No. We went to the semis, and then somehow got beat. I still don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, maybe you had something to do with that somehow.
No, I don't think so.
My high school team, I think, probably would win the championship. I'm going to go off and say it.
Well, I'd like it if you went to Oak Hill with your next player. That'd be awesome. That's where I went. It was Oak Hill, and the Warriors got a good history of good players.
Funny, I've said some things before that people thought were out on a limb, but they found out to be true that it wasn't that so far out.
Hey,
wow.
You're still number 2 in subs.
Yeah, I know.
Did you see that? That's pretty cool.
Show you the impact I make around.
Big booster of the league, you.
I like to just talk trash, and then back it up like most people don't know how to do these days.
Yep. Quirk to Cameron. Cameron up. No good. Right at the buzzer. 3 minutes left to go in the first half. 6-point game, so Providence still battling here. How's the...
Yeah, that's got to be a part of the coach's delivery at the beginning of this game. You're unranked. Easy layup there, but, let me finish it. You're unranked. You're going up against the number 2 team in the land. Haven't shown many blemishes yet. That's got to be a part of the message in the beginning. Hey, just hang around. If you hang around long enough, you're going to find yourself in the fourth quarter and strike different. It doesn't happen. I've seen it plenty of times.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking into the stream here real quick. I want to make sure that it's good for everybody. Enjoyable. Trying to get it enjoyable here. Trying to end everything that doesn't matter.
Big turnover there. Not what you're looking for coming out of a timeout.
Okay, should be good now. Hopefully it's good for y'all. I apologize if it's not.
That wasn't the game plan. Come out of the timeout and turn the ball over.
No, rarely. Honestly, like a lot of teams that come out of the timeout usually end up scoring in the CSBA no matter what it is. But yeah, like you said, definitely not the... Oh, wow. That almost went in.
Yeah, that would have been huge. Got to make sure you're knocking down these free throws. You got to make them count here. You got to stay within 10, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's ideal. I mean, there's still a ton of basketball to be played. We've seen this very team back when Troy Cawthon played for Georgetown and Mojo Rising. Those guys, we saw them come back from being down 30 one time. So, you never want to count a team out. But, yeah, I mean, you want to keep it within 10 for sure. The fact that the Hoyas have a heat check player right now is not good for Providence with 2 minutes to go in the half.
Yeah, you want to simmer him down if you can.
Drake with a little drip there from the free throw line.
You know, he did what he had to do. He knocked down his free throws, made them count. That's what you're looking for off the line.
Katie Murphy warps it past the Sparrow, who rims it in and out. Providence now with the ball. They're driving, trying to get some transition offense. Out of long over to Lowe. Lowe to Drake.
Good ball movement.
Yeah, excellent team play here for Providence as they missed the three-pointer. And now Sparrow. Go ahead.
It would have been huge. Would have cut it to 5.
Katie splits the lane up and good. This is a three-point opportunity here. And we're back at 10. Could be 11 before this is over.
You don't want to get too far beyond 10. I wouldn't think going in the locker room. You want to stay within 10 in the first half, I would say. But like you said, no lead is safe.
Definitely not. And anybody want to remind me who Georgetown was down by 30 points to and came back and won? UConn, maybe? Nah, it probably wasn't UConn. They suck. Ong, over to Lowe. Lowe over to Barnes. Ooh, good spin move. Good from the elbow. There it is. Hey, David Farmer's in the chat. What's up, David?
Farmer. Come on, Stark.
Matty Caddy, we appreciate the Tier 1 sub to Leathers. If anybody wants to help your boy out, I'll take a sub.
That looked effortless. Not good when that looked effortless. Good Providence.
Yeah. Did look. Ooh, speaking of effortless, Brown, a little drip.
Yeah, that was pretty.
Textbook layup there. Georgetown's got a sub coming in here on next dead ball, but probably wait for the last shot here. So he might as well. I don't think he's coming in. Good if it goes, and it does. Wow.
What a shot.
Providence will leave it there. 44-33, your halftime. Georgetown with an 11-point lead. And you're watching CSBA on Twitch. We'll be right back. All right, Mr. Banks. So halftime, what'd you like, what'd you not like from either team?
I loved how Providence came out to start the game. I'm gonna be honest. That was really impressive how they came out. They just seemed like that. Georgetown. No, I'm not gonna take anything away from Georgetown. They took it right, but Providence came out looking to punch them right in the mouth. It looked like it's like Georgetown absorbed it, and I don't like how Providence finished the first half. Though I have to say it. If you're gonna start like that, you got to finish the same way. I feel like that's why they're down 11 right now.
Real quick, got to shout out my girl Superwoman. Thanks, Ty. I appreciate you gifting me that sub. Always looking out for me. Can't wait to talk to you in the booth again. That has been your.
You're going to have to come out the second half with the same type of game plan and hope just to keep that momentum moving forward throughout the whole half. I think there's plenty of games you see in the CSBA. People come out and they think they've won the game in the first half. That's not the case. You got to play all 4 quarters, and we're going to see that now. Yeah,
Providence definitely down, but not out. And I think that they, like you said, they came out and with that first 3 right off the bat, kind of said, "Hey, we're here to ball." And we expect greatness from number 2 Georgetown. But it's nice to see that Providence is hanging with them, and maybe they get their energy renewed here in the third quarter, and we get a dogfight in the fourth. That'd be fantastic. It'd be something we wouldn't see for sure, and everybody that's watching this game would want to see as well.
Yeah, like I said, you gotta think the message in the beginning of the game for Providence, which is, hey, go out there, you gotta hang around. You gotta hang around. The best way to hang around is to come out fighting. You know, you gotta be able to hang around. You're gonna definitely be able to hang around if you swing it.
Ty, good luck on your finals. I know you're working hard on that RN designation, as we see Hemlock, who is named player of the half there, as they featured him just after halftime. And Hemlock really going to work here with that alley-oop, and now a block. Leathers going the other way. This is not starting out good for Providence, Charlie.
How do you feel about that? How do you feel like if you're highlighted after the first half? Do you think that puts more pressure on you for the second half? Do you think it makes it easier if you have a good second?
I don't know. That's a great question, because, I mean, if your head's in the game, you probably don't even know that you're being featured. But, I mean, outside looking in, you know, watching your player, I guess it's a good vibe, you know. All press is good press, right?
Yeah, you got that right.
At least that's the way Jerry Jones from the Cowboys sees it.
Yeah, you're down 14. You got to fight. You just got to take this back in increments. You got to get it down to 10 and get it down to 7, get it down to 4, get it back in the game, get tied up. You just can't. You got to take off a little bit at a little bit at a time if you're Providence. I feel like.
Providence working the perimeter here as Bolt gives it out to Cameron. Bolt trying to find his place. Almost gets swatted there. Oh, errant pass. That's something the Friars don't need, and it's going to be a backcourt violation. And if it wasn't a backcourt violation, it would have been a shot clock violation, Charlie.
Yeah, I don't think that was a part of the halftime speech. Go out there and throw the ball to the other side of the court, like your second, third possession of the half. These guys got to clean it up.
Got to. Down 14. We're on the verge of this game could go either way right now. Either Providence steps up and gets back in it, as they're double teaming more Lee right now. Ware's wide open, and double team turns out good for him.
Georgetown's leaving the door open. That's 2 trips down the court. They've left the door open. They haven't capitalized, and Providence doesn't seem to be taking advantage of it either.
Definitely not. Farmer now with the ball, trying to cross up. I think that's Bolt. And double team is Providence's play here, and so far it's kind of been working as Georgetown. Bolt. Good if it goes. Bang! Nice shot.
Dude, that's what they need to do. That's when they need to capitalize. Take that third trip down the court and go down there and bury a 3 in their face. That's how you get back in the game, Paul.
Absolutely. Good transition offense for Providence. Georgetown wants to talk about it. Make sure that doesn't happen again.
Yeah, too many of those, you'll be right back in the game, You'll be tie ball game.
Right, if Barnes can get hot again, he was hot in the first half from 3-point line. If he can get hot again and Bolt can match him, they'll be right back in this in no time.
And let's not forget, this is not an easy place to come in and play either. You're looking, you got these students breathing down your neck here. This atmosphere is crazy.
David Farmer steps to the right side of the pick and drains it from mid-range.
It's almost like they're playing 6 instead of 5 out there. And the crowd's like a whole other person.
Sunbury now to Bolt. Blurry up, no good. Rainbow 3, kind of an ill-advised shot. Don't think I would have taken that, especially so close to the picked man.
I think it's only ill-advised because he didn't hit it. I think it would have been a fine if he had buried it. It wouldn't have been advised.
That's fair. It's like going for it on 4th down. You're either a genius or an idiot.
Hey, if you got enough room to hit the back of the rim, you got enough room to hit the bottom of the net.
Ooh. Ooh, good play by Providence's defense there.
Yeah, defense is really stepping up for Providence. Got to tip the cap there.
Blurry almost loses the ball. Gatorade power is activated. Cameron's as well. He stands about 3 feet outside the three-point line. He'll give it over to Quirk. Quirk looking for the motion play here. Gets over to Blurry. Blurry going to pull up and a little bit of drip from the three-point line. That's what we're talking about. 10-point game.
Yeah, Blurry looked laser focused there, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. It was a beautiful arcing shot, but I'm not sure where Providence's defense was there as Lane was left wide open.
Yeah, I would say that's only semi-productive. You're going to go down and knock down a big three and then leave the lane wide open on the other end.
Yeah, 2 steps forward, 1 step back for sure. Timeout on the floor. You're watching CSBA on Twitch. We'll be right back.
Love what he's seeing as we see Bo Iverson with the dunk.
Yeah. Try a nice pass. What a pass.
They're leaving wide open. Jerkin with the pull-up mid-range, and he hit.
Top. It's easy. He goes right down the middle. And then Carter drives the floater up off the side.
Long now inbounds to Lowe. Lowe receives a pick from Drake. Now switches court. He's now standing on the Hoyas logo, closest to us. Barnes up for 3. No good there. They kind of need that from him, but no cigar there. Sparrow going to try from 3 on his end. No good. On with the rebound. Ooh, Lowe had space. Created space for himself, but almost turned it over.
Yeah, this is where you got to slow it down as a point guard. Slow the ball down, find a good shot.
Nobody knows better than you. And Providence ends up being sloppy with the ball. Turnover there. Eddie Murphy now with it, drives up. No good on the basket, so he'll go to line for 2.
Can't have that. Can't have those sloppy turnovers. Those turnovers kill you. You know, look back many times and you find the game really did depend on how many times you gave the ball to the other team.
Old Coach C-Web, just noticed you were in the booth.
What's up, C-Web? Hope life is good, sir.
Missed opportunity there from Eddie Murphy as he looks like somebody just shot his dog when missing that free throw.
Yeah, that's never fun to get your dog shot. I mean, I wouldn't be happy.
39-51. Been all Georgetown since really late second quarter. We're a little bit past midway in the third here. Joining me,
Providence keeps finding themselves down 10, down 11. It's going to be teetering around that 10-point margin. Don't you think?
Yeah, they definitely have. Barnes steps inside the three-point line and buries it. That's a long 2.
Yeah, chip away. That's all you got to do, chip away. Now you got to step up on defense, which you've been playing good defense all night. Can't allow that floater.
Yeah, I definitely cannot. Barnes up, no good. Medici with the rebound. Now out to Sparrow. Sparrow going to try and body some people. He bodies about 3 Friars there on the play. And those fans appear to be confused because that was definitely an offensive possession.
Yeah, he shoved that down their throat.
A little bit of an exclamation point to go back up 15.
That was almost disrespectful.
Georgetown showing us why they're the number 2 team in the country, behind Michigan.
And Michigan's come a long way, huh?
Yeah, back-to-back champions. Working on a 3-peat. That's where I currently am. I don't know if you knew that or not.
You know, I mean, you might help him get a three-peat. You know.
Maybe. I'm looking for my first championship in the CSBA. I know some of us know what it's like, but others don't.
Yeah, it's sweet. You know, it's really one of the best feelings. Huh? You know, nobody can ever take it away from you. That's the best about it. Once you get a championship in CSP, good, bad, or indifferent, you might have your feelings, you might have your thoughts, you might have your words. But can't nobody take away the championship from you. You got it forever.
It's true. Digital or not, still a championship.
Yeah, as long as the CSBA is the CSBA, that championship's still relevant. What do you think Providence has to get? What do they have to do to get back in the game? What do you think?
It's going to take some stops for sure. 16-point deficit here, and Georgetown is just doing whatever they want to. Call it an 18-point deficit now. It could be 19 by the time this is over. Clock's dwindling. It's all got to start with defense. They got to start making stops and also start finding open guys. Like I think, again, we have some bench players in, and they're just not holding up their end of the bargain, as we were talking about earlier.
You just think you maybe think they look gassed. It looks like they're tired. They're just, it seems like as soon as they get in, just a couple of trips back into the fourth, they're ready to come out. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's how they feel. That's just how it looks.
Yeah, it's been sluggish here in the second half. Low, wide open, drives the full lane and misses. So exactly what you're talking about, Charlie. Just like lackadaisical play from Providence is probably going to do them in this game.
It just seems like he ran up to that goal as slow as he possibly could. Let me throw this ball as high as I can off the glass here, and let's hope it goes in. What do you think's going to happen?
Yeah, I mean, he could have pulled up. He was wide open if he'd pulled up at the elbow and probably been able to drain the shot, but he tried to test it.
Yeah, you don't want to be on there amongst the trees and then try to get it up there. Then it's really impossible at that point. You're way too late.
There's more lackadaisical play as they get a shot clock violation now, Charlie. This is turning ugly in a hurry.
Yeah, the coach has got to get some of these guys out. I mean, that's looks like he's taking advantage of it. You just got to wonder, is it too little, too late almost? Going to the final quarter.
Headed into the fourth quarter, I see some fours in the chat. Please get your fours up if you haven't done so already. And we'll get this fourth quarter underway as Providence tries to climb back in this.
Yeah, time to settle the score here. You got last quarter. You got to let it all hang out. You don't have anywhere. You don't want to go back to the locker room thinking. Hopefully these guys don't have the mentality where the game's over already. You hope that that's not what they think. You got to hope that they think they're coming out in the fourth quarter like they came out in the first quarters, open it up with 2 or 3 threes in a row. Get back in this ball game.
I'll give that a 9 out of 10. State Farm assist of the game was a beautiful alley-oop. Look from David Farmer to Hemlock. So that was nice to see. And Georgetown, scores a little light. Probably would like to see them 10 points higher than this, being number 2 team. But Providence, has had some good defensive stops here. They just haven't been able to put it down on the other end of the court, which is what we just saw there.
Yeah, it seems like they're forcing shots. It just seems like they're not. It almost seems like the game plan they came out to start the game with, the game plan that was working, they moved away from it, or hey, you got to give Georgetown credit. Maybe Georgetown just figured out a way to stop it and force Providence to figure out another score. Whatever they're left, they're definitely not playing out the way they started.
Want to address the chat here, Charlie. People calling for a lot more pinks. I think every team, just to raise awareness for not only breast cancer but just any kind of cancer in general. I think all, if not most teams, should have pink jerseys in the CSBA. It's with the eyes that we have on this league, it's a good way to spread awareness, and you see it all around in the various professional sports leagues in real life. So why not have it here as well?
Yeah, it's definitely a great touch. I mean, I think the game has evolved so much now these days, and the game is definitely more of a spec. It's definitely a venue for spectators. So more people are definitely tuning in. People are staying home more these days, and which these games on TV bring a lot of awareness. Even streaming, it's great to bring and add these little touches just to separate our leagues from others, in my opinion.
I think so too. Timeout Georgetown. Not sure why they care. They're up 22 at the moment.
Maybe they're going to put their walk-ons on. Think?
Maybe. Might be a little bit too early to do that, but they definitely want to talk about something for sure.
I mean, you're up 22. You gotta think. Maybe I'm just gonna start take my foot off the gas here a little bit, pump the brakes, and cruise on the next week.
Farmer just shot a 3, so I don't think that's their game plan. But Leathers comes back with a rebound and resets the clock at 14. Now back out to Farmer. Farmer working his post moves. He'll get back out to Leathers. Leathers up, no good on the 3-point attempt. So they're foot's on the gas, Charlie. Foot's on the gas.
You think wearing the pink makes them tougher to guard?
Maybe mentally. I know that back in the early days of the NFL, it's now illegal to do this in the NFL, but a lot of teams would paint their visiting locker rooms pink because it's such a soothing, calming color. Couldn't
lull them to sleep a little bit, like a rockabye baby.
Yeah, like a baby. Yeah, for sure.
Rockabye baby. Like a baby. You got to ask yourself what's going on if you're Providence right now. You got to start asking these questions, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
here we go. Scoring while the clock stops, Some of these points feel like the worst points, the clock's not running. They're still scoring the clocks. Maybe maybe they want to get out of the game. Clock stopped, they're still scoring.
Sure are. 6:40 left to go in the fourth, as Charlie alludes to there. Chat already breaking out the blowout material. They're still talking about jerseys.
You think they're going to go down by 30? I think they fight back in this game a little bit.
We're closer to 30 than we aren't.
That's very true. Look at you with the logic. You break out your logic book before this game or what?
I try,
I forgot mine.
Well, you came on short. Oh, good turnover by Providence. So, eye-opening moment there is, I think that's Brown. No, Blurry. Sorry, my apologies.
Yeah, they Georgetown over, not Providence. They got it. Look at Providence trying to drive. That floater would have been pretty if it went down. I've seen that angle a couple of times. It's pretty when it goes down.
Speaking of pretty, Hemlock with a double clutch layup there. Didn't even use the backboard, just straight into the rim.
Yeah. Does he even have to jump for a layup? I don't think he does. Did he just stay flat-footed for that?
Oh, he definitely jumped for sure because the elbows were double clutched for sure.
He's a big dude.
Sure is. He's got your hair too.
Yeah, he's got a little sweatband though. It keeps it out of his eyes. I didn't care. Climbing back in. Looks like they're getting it down to 20.
Ty, you was reading my mind. I was about to say something about that. I had to do some sensitivity training with Wired. We're not going to get into it, but as Sensory blows right past Georgetown's last line of defense. Yeah, Ty's reading my mind tonight. You're talking about logic. I was thinking about how I got shushed last week.
Got shushed?
Sure did.
You got dunked on?
Pretty much. Wired through the book at me.
Oh, they put you on a poster.
Something.
We'll call it a poster. Looks like they're getting to the basket. They just can't find a way to put the ball through the net. I mean, they're getting good shots.
Lid on the hoop.
Knock them down if you're Providence, you know?
Yep. Gotta find a way to.
And you're just giving up wide open dunks and layup on the other end. You can't expect to win a game if you're going to play like this in the fourth quarter, you know? Georgetown looks like they're ready to put the foot on their throat.
Yep. I think the foot's been on the throat. It's working its way to the back of the spine now.
You know, have a heart, Georgetown. What's going on? You can't take these points with you to the next game, you know? Look, another N1.
Interconference play. We might see. We're 5 points away from a 30-point game.
Yeah, these guys want to make a statement and tell them, hey, look, you better figure out real quick who you are. You know, you're going to find out who you are real fast here at Georgetown.
Well, like I said, everybody's trying to catch Michigan right now, and I'm not trying to be biased or anything, but you know, it seems like the votes for the poll rankings, the larger victory margin you have against better teams, you know, might be able to dethrone the Wolverines, but we'll see if this is enough. But like I said, Providence isn't even ranked, so I think Georgetown is trying to really pour it on here and assert their dominance, try to get some first place votes here.
Yeah, I can't say that I disagree. They're definitely coming out there. They're looking to make a statement and let everybody know exactly who they are.
Medici with a snatch block.
Wow.
Start the buses.
Look, just snatched it right out of there. Just probably just the best figure of just how this game's gone beyond the second half, I would say. The first half, you know, I would say Providence still had a pretty...
Oh, my goodness.
They're doing what they want to out here. First half, Providence put up a fight that I would say is respectable. Third and fourth quarter, it seems like it's gone downhill. I don't know what happened to the game plan. They're going to have to take this, and they're going to have to learn from it, you know?
Yeah, Medici with a volleyball tap-in from about 10 feet away. I must say that was a first for me in this league.
You know, this is one of those things that you might want to throw them away and just start over and just say, look.
Medici's making a late game case for player of the game. Last three baskets have been all him and a snatch block too.
Yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough.
And look,
conference game on the road. It definitely is tough. But these guys will learn from it. They're young. They're they'll learn from it. They'll figure it out. They'll pick up the pieces here.
Charlie, look at the score. 30 points.
Yeah, they're probably gonna throw this film away. I would probably throw this film right away. You know, and just say, hey, look, guys, maybe keep the first half. You know, work on what worked. You know what I mean? The second half, you might have to do it.
No. Well, this has been a doozy.
Hey, I had fun being here, though. I appreciate you having me on.
No, yeah, I appreciate you joining me, and yeah, it was absolutely fun. You know, calling the game with you tonight. Is this your first game like in the booth in the CSBA?
Yeah, I've never done. I asked long ago, like when I was a freshman. I think I asked, hey, you know, I can call in, I can do color, maybe. You know, and they're like, oh, you know, it's okay. You know, I've never.
Oh, we're dying for people right now. I don't know who's out here lying, but we dying.
This was long ago. I was a freshman.
Yeah. I mean, 4 seasons ago now. Well, no, I'm sorry. We're in 4 seasons ago, for sure.
Yeah, it was long ago. It was long, maybe before even a lot of these guys heard about CSBA. You never know.
Oh no, you're for sure. We're only person here. I think that at least in the chat that I see, that's older than us in this league is Ty. She's a dinosaur. Been with CSBA since season 1.
Nice. Hey, Ty. I mean, when's the last time you really enjoyed being called a dinosaur?
Ty's been on about 8 teams in this league, so.
Ty's definitely had a taste test, right?
You know, I tried to name them all when she was in the booth with me. I don't even think I got through half of them.
Ty's definitely a veteran, that's for sure.
2 seconds left. 91-57. Georgetown heard me talking about them and saying that their points weren't up to snuff, so they got to 90. Charlie, we're going to close out the night here looking at some stats. That's not your score, by the way. That's backwards. 91-57.
Would have been
Georgetown.
Providence only if. Providence fans, right? Only if, guys, you know?
Yeah, a little wishful thinking. A lot of domination down the right side. This is a tale of two halves for sure, Charlie. Take me through this and tell me what you see.
Yeah, it just looks like a highlighter. Somebody took a highlighter and just drug it all across the right-hand side. You know, I mean, look at your fast break points. 23 fast break points to 9 on the other side. 58 points in the paint. They lived in the paint.
Yeah.
You know, compared to 22 on the other side. Look at those free throws. You know, you get to the line, make 11 out of the 13. You know, when you get to the line that much, you can afford to miss a couple. Providence, they were perfect from the line. They just didn't. They would take the ball. You know, they just weren't aggressive enough. They couldn't find the right balance, right? You know, they were too aggressive, and they'd take the shot, force the shot, miss the shot. Not aggressive enough, you know, to actually get the refs to blow the whistle when you're down there.
Yeah, bench 40 points as well, and like you're talking about, also defensive rebounds stick out to me. 29 over 16, blocks 8 over 2. I'll be interested to see the PRFs for the individual players. We were talking about facilitation early in the game, and that's a huge stat for me. You know, I don't just look at points. You got to be a point. You got to put points up and facilitate to have success in here. So we'll jump over to the box score here. We'll start with the victors. 17, 3, 4, 1 steal, 25 PRF there, Charlie, and Hemlock shortly right behind Leathers, 16, 5, 2 with 4 blocks, 20 PRF. Anytime you have a PRF over 10, I think you've had a pretty decent night as a ball player. Sparrow, 14, 3, 1, 1, 16 PRF. Eddie Murphy, 11, 1, no assists, so that PRF stands at 11. Kenny Morley, 10, 1, 2 with 1 block, PRF of 14. Katie Murphy from the bench, 7 with 4 assists, 2 steals, 1 turnover. Probably shaking her head at that one, but she'll take the night altogether. PRF of 15. Medici came on late. All 6 of those points, I believe, were in the fourth quarter. But he had 10 rebounds to go with it, 4 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks, and a PRF of 15. Farmer, starter, I'm pretty sure, but more of a role player in this game. 4 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 18 PRF. Fantastic for him. Riddle Diddle Ware, 4, 7, 1 with 1 block. Quackenbush didn't really call his name a ton. 2-0 with 1 assist. And that's where Georgetown leaves it. So beautiful night for the Hoyas. Something they could definitely hang their hat on, be proud of. Providence on the other end. Leading score at 13 points, and PRF is 13 as well with Barnes, 13-1. 1 of 6 from the three-point line, so he was firing it, just wasn't getting it to go. Sky Bolt, 11-2-3. 2 turnovers, got to clean that up. 18 PRF. Blurry with a 13 PRF. 10-0-1-1. Ray Brown, 8 with 3 assists. PRF of 15. Pretty good. Drake, 6, 1 rebound, 1 block. So you kind of see, you know, just based off PRF, Charlie, you kind of see like where Providence kind of let themselves down. Not a lot of facilitation going on, and we saw that in the stat column, as you alluded to it being a highlighter. So Suntory 5-1-1, Quirk 4-1-2 with PRF of 10, Cameron no points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist, and Lowe no points, no rebounds, 5 assists with PRF of 11. So definitely a role player. Long Dong Ong, love that name. Don't love that production. 0 points, 4 rebounds, 1 steal, no PRF. So that's going to do it for us. Again, we had Charlie Banks, kind of a last-minute ad. Loved having you, man. You're a CSBA champion, COVID survivor, a great friend of mine. Love you to death, man. Anything you want to say to the chat before we bounce out?
Yeah, man. Appreciate you guys having me. It was fun. I enjoyed it. Thanks for reaching out. I'd never got the opportunity to do it before, so it was interesting. It was definitely more fun than I had participated in. I had thought about prior to getting involved, so I enjoyed it. Thanks so much. And great showing for Georgetown. And the train keeps rolling for them, right? Like, it's another notch in the belt. They keep moving forward. They look ahead as they're in conference play. And if you're the Providence Friars, you gotta pick your head up and move on just the same, right? That's the thing. You hang your hat on this one and you chalk it up and you move forward, because these guys next week, they don't really care whether you won, lost, or you draw. You tied with that team. They could care less. They're ready to do the same thing to you, so you got to get right back to the drawing board and get back to work. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem, brother. And might see me light up on your phone again tomorrow if these bums don't come call a game with me. So I appreciate you. We'll talk soon. Later,
All right,
CSBA.